Hello and welcome to Dare to Live with Mary Ajagbe. How are you doing? I trust that you're doing so well. I've missed you guys. I know I've just been a little bit all over the place, but I am so glad to be here today and to be sharing something very interesting. In fact, I have an interesting lineup for you guys all through this month of June. So stay with me and just stick with me. Okay. Stick with me through the month of June. It's gonna be very interesting. Very interesting. So I want to talk about something called give yourself grace. So a couple weeks ago I made a mistake, a very costly mistake. A very costly mistake actually that made me lose out on some work data, and a whole lot of things happened, and I had my other phone with me and I couldn't reach out to some of my bosses that I worked with, and so the entire thing was just really bad. And in that moment I picked up my phone and my other phone, that is, and downloaded Telegram and sent a message to myself on my primary phone on Telegram saying, that this was a mistake that you made, so don't beat yourself up about it, but be nice enough to yourself to know that this was a mistake and that you'll be fine. I said to myself, this was a mistake. It will be fine. Just be calm, breathe. So I just sent that to myself, and I told myself, you know what, pick up the wisdom that is needed from this event, and don't beat yourself up about it. And so when I did that, I sent the message to this my primary phone, and then I looked at it. And interestingly enough, this is the me that used to be you've got to be perfect. I dread mistakes, my goodness. Or should I say I used to dread making mistakes. And so when I did that, it was just like a subconscious act, and I knew that I needed to. Why? Because way before that mistake happened, I already had a nudging, in my spirit that I needed to be conscious of this, and I already got prompts and warnings, right, in my spirit, like, don't do this thing you're about to do. I know you're trying to look for shortcuts to something, but don't do this. But I was just like, I shall let me see the end of this thing. I went, and then, but thankfully I was able to resolve the matter within 24 hours, which I'm very grateful for. But I learned, one very important thing, and that's something that I'm sharing today on the podcast. And it is give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. My goodness, we do not know how much we need to give to ourselves grace. We don't even know, because mistakes are an inevitable, like they're part of your life. It happens. Mistakes happen. You have, in fact, you can't control some of these things when they happen. But what happens when it does happen is the attitude that I want to also talk about. As much as you will identify what happened, the process in which that mistake happened, and make sure that you do not repeat that again. But the most important thing is to gift yourself grace whilst going through that process of, fixing whatever it is that needs to be fixed. And I realized that we are very hard on ourselves. A lot. We are our own worst critic. Not a nice critic, in fact. Well, there's no nice critic technically, but some people still know how to give criticism to you, or critique you in a very nice way. That's what I mean to say, right? But then we are so bad at telling ourselves things like, calm down, breathe, you'll be fine, it's okay, it's just a mistake, it's an event, you can write it. If it's something that can be fixed, you can fix it. Mistakes can be fixed, and all of that. and we stay in that place. We stay stuck in that place. We beat ourselves up so much. In fact, so many people beat themselves up so much that it's almost like they're unable to allow for something else to come into their life because of the results of a mistake. And and so we go on and on and on and repeating circles, or even staying away. So because you don't want any mistake to happen, you want to avoid a whole lot of things, and so you don't take risk. You stay in that comfort zone. A whole lot of things happen as a result of just that. But if you're someone who learns to give yourself grace and gift yourself grace, so I'm very particular about the words that I'm using. Give it to yourself and gift yourself, just the same way that I did to myself when I picked up my phone and I sent myself a message, because I thought to myself, even though it was a subconscious thing that I did, and it was after I'd done it that I just thought to myself, oh my God, I just did that. And I literally thought about it, that if it was a friend that called me and said to me, oh, Mary, this has happened at work and this, I know how many times I have encouraged colleagues, friends at work, different people, when a mistake has been made and I got to hear about it. I'm just telling them, oh no, this can be resolved. This, you can do this, it's fine, no problem. Let's just change this. And then we move on, and, and all of that. And so because I'm able to help other people attain that, and I'm very quick to encourage people out of that place of mess, when it got to my own situation, I had to gift it also to myself, the same way that I readily just gift it to others, when they make mistakes. And I'm still learning. Because I know the fact that, so this is not about gifting others grace. This is about gifting yourself grace. The very same thing that you're so quick to give to other people, you also need to gift it to yourself, because that alone shows the the genuineness, really, that you're not pretending to be what you're not, or just saying it for the sake of just saying it, but that even when mistakes happen in your own life, or events, or challenges or obstacles come and then they happen, that you're able to look at it constructively, right? And then walk towards it and gift yourself grace. So guys, for today, give yourself grace. Until next time, see you, and thank you for listening to Dare to Live with Mary Ajadi.